Was erected in the Pennsylvania hills. It has been the home to toughness, to passion, to winning. Welcome to Happy Valley and Beaver Stadium, home to the Penn State Nittany Lions. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And the Nittany Lions will put total leather to crank us up. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Ohio State's offense will get the first swing of the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
Nothing but green ahead. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. The Buckeyes racing to the line in a hurry-up. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards. Last time these two got together, it was a tight one, Jesse.
It seems like every time these two teams play, the game just feels faster, right? Because it is a rivalry game. There's just a greater sense of urgency when we see these teams match up.
Yeah, the fans feel it. They know it. There's so much to it. They think about it all year long. We can talk about the next game on the schedule. They're always looking forward to this one.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Grab near the sticks. It's Smith. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. And the Buckeyes are marching down the field. Out of the gun to give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better work.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Man, Penn State is known for its defense, right? Tough, physical, they can stop the run, and they can get after the quarterback, and they do it from the linebacker position. You think about the legacy this school has had at that spot. This guy right here, he fits into exactly what they want a linebacker to be, and the ability to get after the QB is a big part of it.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Nittany Lions offense will get the ball for the first time. You know, David, both of these teams have a strong safety that can support the run and also disruptive in the passing game.
I mean, it's just so nice to have a guy that's so physical, like a linebacker, but also can play like a DB. These guys are really revolutionizing defenses.
They hit people, too. They are heat-seeking missiles. Nobody wants to run over the middle of the field against these guys.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one. It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Great protection there. Plenty of time to sit in the pocket and let his receiver work across the formation.
And he did a great job working across the formation, finding a hole, quarterback, good timing, waiting on it. Nice strike.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did in that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field, making the nice tackle.
Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Caught over the middle. It's Wallace. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy.
Touchdown, Penn State! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
The Buckeyes, really the entire state, they pride themselves on toughness. Establishing the ability to run the ball when they want to has always been important here.
Part of that Midwest lifestyle, but when you're Ohio State, you recruit at such a high level. You're going to get great offensive linemen, great running backs, so it's not a surprise that they're usually a physical unit.
This offense has a second down play. Looking to throw, it's Howard. Gonna take a shot. Wide open, he makes the catch. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And once he got loose, it was all over.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They're setting up the screen. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before they'll recycle that down marker. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
They move the tight end all over. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Nittany Lions are rolling down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down. Buys a little time. And the pass falls incomplete, and we are through 1 quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the second. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Give to the running back. Oh, what a move! They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find their rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the field.
Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Allard. Now improvising. Slings it downfield. Oh, he can't hang on. That one was nearly picked off. Instead, he'll force a 4th down. And they're going to head out the lineup for a field goal. Not a chance. Missed it. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. The Buckeyes line up to punt it away. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Handoff to the single back. Got room at the 35. They finally make the stop with the big run. There's plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Fires downfield. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Handoff from the gun. They'll give him a couple. That leaves him with 3rd and 8.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. The Nittany Lions send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Dropping back, it's Howard. Pocket starts to collapse. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Defense came on the field with fresh legs, and here on just the 2nd play of the drive, they're able to get a sack.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own. The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the returner is stopped. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. The lone back's got it. Tackled, but he has a first down.
And they have got a weapon in this offense right there, running back. This dude is tremendous. You think about Franco Harris, you think about Kajana Carter, Curtis Enos, Saquon Barkley, time and time again. Penn State running backs wearing defenses down. This guy is a problem, and this defense better find a way to slow him down.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Buys a little time with his feet. Working on the right. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
The Nittany Lions getting set on 1st and 10. Quickly complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. 6th play of the drive coming up. Looking downfield, it's Aller. Fires to the tight end. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
He got it. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
The big fellas line up in a goal line defense. On 3rd and short, they're giving it to the tight end. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
That is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Intercepted. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Penn State! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now.
And the quarterback is snowed under. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Unloads to the right. He's got an open man. Nice move, creates some space. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
The Nittany Lions have enough for the first down.
So far, everything's just seemed to work for this offense when they've wanted to run the football. Regardless of what down and distance it is, they're able to get it done. Up front, getting a lot of push, and these backs are finding the holes.
Trying to burn this defensive back. Fires the pass, intercepted. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. Just over 20 seconds to play here in the half. How aggressive can they afford to be here? To the air, it's Howard. Zings it complete to the right. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. They go to the ground. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. 2 quarters of both sides feeling each other out. And it's likely to come down to which offense can find a way to generate some big plays. Adjustments will be a part of it. Maybe it's time these typically conservative play callers open up the playbook. Nothing crazy, but a calculated risk here and there to try to gain an edge in what's been a stalemate.
Up and just about ready to go here in the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. That's caught. It's Wallace. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Nittany Lions will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They barely get the punt out of their own territory. It'll be marked down just outside the 45. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. On the ground, it's Allen. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. They'll try the run. At the 45 on his way. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Aller. Lets it fly. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lost, the defense is wide open. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field, getting some heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Looking to throw on second down. Using his legs to buy some time. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. The Nittany Lions will try to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they stop the fourth down pass. The defense gets off the field. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He'll slither through and pick up 3 and get it out to the 10-yard line. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And that's your goal, separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Pulls it in. It's Ibuka. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Reads it, fires complete. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. The Buckeye aerial attack continues to be prolific. You feel as if they're on the verge of scoring on any snap.
And it's such a good blend between such great offensive talent year after year after year that you see go to the draft, but also great play calling, great play design. They've always got it working, and you know this offense is always capable of hanging 40 points and making it look easy.
Back to throw, it's Howard. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Tate. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a fourth down. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. Here's the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pressure coming. And that pass is intercepted. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Really nice drive by this offense. This is a top 10 defense. This is a challenge. They're going to make everything difficult. So when you can make some plays against this defense, you got to absolutely take advantage, create some momentum for your squad. Nice drive by this offense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Now looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 26. Fires to the big fella. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He'll pull it down and run. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there. Understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Now on 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They'll give it to him again. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13. To the air, it's Aller. Now adjusting. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught downfield. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. He's just outside the 20-yard line, stopped at the 21 after a pickup of 6. 6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Off play action. Moves away as he feels pressure. Trying to make magic with his feet. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. 1st down.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. It's complete to the left. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Now he's going to break the pocket. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the 4th quarter, that ramps up the pressure. Trying to punch it in. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
Bringing it back. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Back to pass, it's Howard. Unloads to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Quick pass on the fly motion. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And that one will find its way into the end zone for a touchback. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, 3rd and long coming up. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Nittany Lions will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Here's the conundrum for the defensive coordinator. Do you stay aggressive or do you protect and play a little more conservatively with the lead and just a few minutes left?
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in the groove. late in the game, you need some big plays.
Just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too, because of what you just said, David. They can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play.
Wants to throw. It's Howard. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. Huge play here late, and this crowd is coming to help the defense. They'll go with the running game on fourth down here. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure, it's a first down. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Tate. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
And here comes the offense on second down. The play action fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one.
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. This drive was rolling, and then it got thrown into reverse. Here's a 2nd and 18. Coming after it. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. The Nittany Lions will try to run out the clock in the final minute. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory, as we have victory formation coming. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Good right down the boulevard.
Well, that's a huge kick right there, because now the opponent has to score a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. That put so much pressure on the opponent now. Nice job by the special teams going out and executing in a big moment.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback...
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. And they spike it and get the clock stopped. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
After that incompletion, there is so much pressure now on this quarterback to come up with a big play. They need to score a touchdown. They need to keep this drive alive to have any shot at winning this game, but it all comes down to this play right here.
He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. Touchdown, Penn State! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. Game is essentially over right now, and you wonder if it's really necessary to jack up the score like this.
It might not be necessary, but I won't be forgotten. I can tell you that, because coaches, they don't forget things like this. Late in games, you want to run the score up, get that extra touchdown. I'll get the chance in the future to do this back to you. I like it. Just keep it in the back of your mind.
And that's the end of the line for the return man, but still business to attend to. A penalty marker is down. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. He wants to throw. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety.
A lot of things had to happen for this offense to get back in the game, but how about the defense? The defense said, no, sir, we're going to end this one right now. Makes the big play, gets the safety. Not only they score points, they get the football back, and the clock is on this side. The defense just ended this football game.
The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And after this play, the cake will be baked. There is a long and storied history of great games between these two